We are starting. Imagine this: you're a cow that has been essentially bullied into becoming a walking tank with zero tolerance for cold, thanks to a bison's DNA. This is a tough time for you, and believe me, this life starts off hard and gets even harder. You are born in the middle of a forest in Eastern Europe, sliding onto cold, wet grass. Your legs shoot out in 4 different directions, as if they had never met before, and you shoot out toward them. It was a hard bar entrance. Your mother puts her nose under your ribs and lifts you up, almost saying, "Come on, try again." On the first attempt, you place your front feet on the ground, but your back feet slide as if you were ice skating for the first time. The same disaster occurs in the second attempt. On the third try, you finally lock your legs into place and stand there trembling as if you were running a marathon. You take a few steps closer because this is where the food is, and to be honest, it's a priority. Will I survive? A few hours later, while you are still attached to your mother, 3 wolves appear on the edge of the woodland. They're just standing there. Don't watch. Your mother keeps turning around if she puts her head forward, opens her legs from side to side, and turns into a wall of muscles and attitude that is almost motionless. November, it doesn't attack. It doesn't run, it just stands there and encourages them to try something. The wolves monitor the energy, and after a long staring contest, the lead character turns and returns to the forest, while the other 2 follow him like backup dancers who lost the plot. You're not even a day old, and you've already learned the #1 rule: the forest doesn't care how cute you are. I hate wolves. Fast forward 3 months. You're grazing outside with the herd. You're getting a little further away from mom every day, like a toddler testing how far they can walk around the mall. Then you see 2 adult bulls walking towards the same grass area. The older one bends his head and slams his shoulder hard into the other bull's side, knocking him staggering to the ground as if he had been hit by a truck. No apologies, no drama. The winner goes back to eating as if nothing had happened. You think, great, I got a note, and you're trying to walk to an open grass area, but there's a grown woman standing nearby, and she's not your mother, and she's definitely not keen on this job at all. He shakes his head and delivers a punch right to your ribs, and before you know it, you're on the ground. Message received. You immediately run to your mother and stay by her side for the rest of the day. When evening comes, the whole herd starts moving in a certain direction. They don't graze, they walk in one direction, as if they know something that you don't. Since your mother has left, you follow them, and the trees begin to absorb the light around you. Somewhere deep in the forest, something is moving that you haven't noticed yet. Now, you are 8 months old, and the ground is covered with snow up to your knees. The grass has disappeared, so the herd is trying to shovel away the snow with their hooves to reach the frozen grass beneath. You watch one of the old cows drag its hoof back hard, clean a small patch, and then smash the ones underneath with its teeth. You try the same movement and achieve basically nothing. Your legs aren't strong enough to move that much snow yet. Try again. Immerse your entire body in it, and finally remove a small patch worth eating. A few days later, one of the young animals slips on the ice hidden under the snow and is unable to stand up, his legs slipping all over the place. The herd does not stop. Your mother won't stop. You won't stop either. Just walk past her and keep moving forward with everyone else. Here is the second lesson. The herd never waits for anyone. Jump to 2 years old. Your shoulders are full. You're built like a little truck now, but you're still rock bottom according to the pecking order of the herd. Every time you find a nice weed, an old bull comes up to you, and you retreat without moving a hoof. Even just the size tells everything. One day, the same thing happens by the river again, but this time you stop retreating. You're getting further away from the entire herd than when you left alone, until you can no longer hear them. You find an empty meadow covered with grass and begin eating without needing to look around, because there is no one around to scare you anymore. Then a red deer emerges from the forest and walks slowly and confidently straight toward your lawn. You lift your head. It keeps coming. You don't move. He stops a few steps away, and you both stare at each other for a minute. Then he slowly changes direction and disappears into the forest. You continue eating as if nothing had happened, but something has changed. You defended yourself for the first time, and now you know you can do it again. You're 4 years old, and you've grown up completely. Thick legs, broad shoulders, everything's just right. For months, you have been wandering the borders of the dominant bull's territory, standing just far enough away for it to ignore you. Then one morning, you both go to the same woman at the same time, and neither of you backs down. The heads fall, you both charge forward, and the impact is so hard that your hind legs nearly get caught in the collision. You push back with everything you have, your hooves breaking through the dirt, but it has more weight and more experience, and eventually you sink to the sides. You get up and walk away, and you spend the next few days grazing in the slums, watching the herd from afar, but you don't join them again. Gradually, day by by day. You approach it while remaining calm and keeping your head down until the bull finally glances at you once and continues eating. That's it. This is your green light. You didn't win the fight, but you acted wisely, and that's how you can get back in the ring. Around 7 o'clock, you become the one in control. A younger bull has been trying his luck around your females for a few days, getting a little closer each time. One morning, it stops trying and charges straight at you. You meet him head on. The collision is loud enough to reverberate, and you take him back step by step until his front legs come out and he is stripped, retreating to the edge of the herd. The entire fight will end in less than a minute. Later in that season, you finally mate, and shortly thereafter, a calf is born to one of your females. You watch him stagger to his feet, just as you once did, his legs scattered everywhere, repeatedly unsuccessful attempts, finally getting up. Later that year, wolves from the east decoy that calf, and you don't hesitate. You and 2 other adults form a wall and walk straight towards them until the wolves nip their tails and disappear into the trees. After they leave, you stay there for a while. You used to be the one being protected. Now, you are the wall. By the age of 14, the dry season lasts longer than usual. The river is shrinking, the grass is rapidly thinning, and the herd is beginning to break up into smaller groups, chasing after whatever greenery they can find. You are guiding 5 animals towards the river, but another group has set up camp there, and a younger bull is walking directly towards you. This fight is longer and more complicated than the fight you had in your youth. There's more pushing and shoving, more mudslinging, more of everything. You won, but as he was coming down, he held your side with his horn, and that wound clung to you for weeks, making you limp every time you turned too quickly. Your group is starting to dwindle too. A few people leave, then another. You struggle by the river's edge, but your body depletes its reserves faster than the soil can replenish them, and the wolves roam the same arid land. You are 19 years old. You are alone, and you are wandering in territory that no longer belongs to you because you have no home. Your steps slow down. Your crippled leg still hurts, but you find a patch of grass near a marshy area that has not yet dried up, and everything goes well for a few days. You eat regularly, move less. You feel almost well. Then the wolves will find you. 5 of them come from both sides of the trees, so by the time you spot the first one, 2 of them will already be behind you. You attack those behind, they scatter, then return. You attack others. You attack again. The result is the same, but each attack costs more than the last, and your crippled leg is now dragging in the mud. The wolves know that too. They're not in a hurry anymore. They're just waiting. Your next load is too short. The legs sink into the mud, and they close in from both sides before you can push back. This time, your legs aren't responding fast enough. The forest falls silent again, and somewhere among those same trees, a calf born that very morning takes its first shaky steps into a world that is about to teach it exactly what it has been taught. If this situation is different, it's because life for a Zubron never really slows down. It's one fight after another, from the second you were born to the second you weren't born. If you read to the end, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want more, and tell me in the comments which animal the next video should be about.